It will be a while before Constantine 2 will hit the big screens, but audiences can check out another similar Blumhouse-produced show while waiting for its release. Despite having Keanu Reeves as its lead and being based on a well-known graphic novel series of the same name, Constantine initially failed to leave its mark when it first came out in 2005. The movie received a mixed set of reviews from critics and still has a divisive Rotten Tomatoes critics score of 46%. Even from a commercial standpoint, Constantine barely broke even, earning $230.9 million against a budget of $70 to $100 million. However, over time, it garnered more attention and positive reception from viewers, allowing it to acquire a cult following. Despite its initial underwhelming performance, the film only grew from strength to strength in popularity as more viewers appreciated its portrayal of the titular exorcist and his dark world. Owing to its delayed fame, Constantine was greenlit for a sequel, but before that comes out, viewers must check out a new series with similar themes. The Bondsman is very similar to Keanu Reeves' Constantine. Both feature demon hunters as their leads. Like Constantine, the Bondsman's main character, Hub Halloran, returns from hell but is condemned to eventually return to the underworld. Similar to Keanu Reeves' character from Constantine, he sets out to hunt down demons and deport them back to hell before they can wreak havoc on the human world. Both characters hope to upturn their hellish fate by performing good deeds and eliminating demonic forces from the human realm. However, since doing good deeds for selfish reasons is a morally complicated endeavor, it does not guarantee their place in heaven. Despite having a limited runtime of 121 minutes, Constantine arguably does a better job of adding more depth to its lore by introducing more than typical demonic characters as its central villains. The Bondsman struggles to build the same level of nuance in its demonic mythology and relies on violent action scenes to keep viewers hooked. However, what makes The Bondsman a worthy show for those waiting for Constantine 2's release is that it perfectly blends elements of horror with comedy while also presenting a subtle satire of how corporations work in the real world. Kevin Bacon's Bondsman character is more morally ambiguous than Reeves' Constantine. Bacon's character has a darker backstory in The Bondsman. Hub Halloran, Kevin Bacon, covered in blood, with Kitty Halloran, Beth Grant, standing behind him in The Bondsman Season 1. Image via Prime Video. John Constantine's backstory in Constantine reveals that he ended up in hell after a suicide attempt. Owing to this, his soul was condemned to hell, prompting him to kill demons to be able to bribe God and find a place in heaven. Hub's motives in The Bondsman seem similar, but his backstory in the Amazon Prime Video show makes him far more morally skewed than John Constantine. Almost throughout the show's runtime, Hub stays in denial and claims that the devil might have made a mistake by sending him to hell. However, the show's final arc reveals that Hub sealed his hellish fate after he murdered an innocent woman. The murder was an accident as he intended to kill his wife's new partner, Lucky, and not the woman. He only fired his gun at her because she had Lucky's hat on. However, the fact that he had murder on his mind the night he killed the woman proves his intentions were never in the right place. Kevin Bacon perfectly portrays his character's moral flaws and contradictions in The Bondsman, which makes the series a compelling watch while waiting for Constantine 2.